Abraham ended up in Egypt. Moses ended up in Egypt. Jesus ended up in Egypt. Why? What was it about Egypt that all these so-called great men went there for? Egypt was the focal point of knowledge. Do you understand? This is where everybody went to learn. Why? Because of the gods that were there. Amun-Ra. Okay? Thoth, Thoth. Osiris, Haru. Haru, which is also called Horus. Isis. All these gods were there. I'm going to give you a truth, right? Remember in the Bible, or if you know the story in the Bible, let my people go, where, Jehovah sent Moses in there to lead the Jews out of captivity and whatnot. Do you know what was going on in Egypt at that time? A war. You won't read about this in the King James Bible. But you will read about it in all the other books, Book of Enoch, Book of Jubilees, all these other books. They would tell you. There was a war going on. They were trying to get rid of Amun-Ra, the god of Egypt. Okay? Now, years ago, scientists found erosion marks on the side of the Sphinx and the pyramids. Water erosion marks made by water, flowing water. How is that possible when it's a desert? How is it possible? Because of the war that was going on at that time. The weapons that they used turned that land into a desolate place. The pyramids are not tombs, like the white man told us. They're not King Tut's tomb and all that stuff. It is much, much more than that, in the Book of Enoch will tell you that. But for some reason, the gay men out of Rome, Constantine, King James, and his boys, they excluded that. They said, you don't need to know about that. Why? Why don't we? Because it deals with extraterrestrials who are the gods. What you talking about, Nate? Now you crazy. Now this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. When you're sleepwalking, it does sound crazy. But when you wake up, it makes so much sense. So much sense when you read these incomplete stories in the Bible. You know, the angel of death, they put blood on the door, on above the doors, so it won't kill innocent or whatever I'm trying to say. You know the story, right? How did Jesus, if he's so white, how did he hide in Egypt? Land of the blacks. Remember, it's called Kemet, land of the blacks. They refer to us as the blackheads in the black land. But this lily white baby went to Egypt to hide. Nobody will know who I am. Really? I mean, it asks a question. Ask a question that is forbidden in Christianity. You can't ask a question when these so-called pastors take the microphone and start spewing all this crap that they call knowledge. And you like, man, that don't make sense. Excuse me, Pastor. Do that, and they'll cut you and throw you out the building. Because you can't challenge that. I challenge everything. Why? Because the Bible tells us to try every spirit, not just, it didn't say except for your pastor. Man, today's pastors, most of them are jokes to me. Because they think that everybody's a sheeple. They think that they know more than everybody sitting before them until they run into someone like me that does the due diligence and work and understands these scriptures just as much as they do, if not more. And you can't fool me with your rhetoric. You can't tell me some nonsense and say the Holy Spirit said that. You're a liar, Pastor. You're an out-and-out liar. I'll call that to your face. Why? Because due diligence has taught me the truth. Has taught me the truth, and it is still teaching me The truth. It's showing me your lies, propaganda. Your lies and propaganda. What am I trying to say? Your lies, garbage, and propaganda. You all better be careful about these pastors with all these dazzling sermons and whatnot, these so-called prophets that come out and heal and try to speak. Y'all better be careful of that crap. And that's what it is, crap. Today, there is no use for a prophet if you have the indwelling of the Holy Spirit. What can a prophet tell you that the Holy Spirit that is inside you can't? I'll wait. You know, soon as a pastor becomes a pastor, all of a sudden he wants to be everything. A pastor, a prophet, an apostle, everything. He wants to fill all the offices. You only got one job, pastor, and that's to make sure that people sitting in your congregation know and understand these scriptures. That's your only job. Where you want to do much more. You know why you dazzle the people? You don't dazzle people like me. You're a joke. Because I know the truth. And I got the same spirit you do. Maybe not, because your spirit is lying to you. But anyway, I digress. But back to what I'm talking about. That there was a war going on in Egypt at that time. A full-fledged alien war. But the King James Bible won't tell you that. Moses, right? Moses led the Hebrew Israelites out of Egypt during that time. To start, he was tasked to start, I forget exactly what land he was supposed to go to start over again and start a new settlement and prosper there. Right? But that's not the story in the King James. The Ark of the Covenant came out of Egypt. The Ark of the Covenant. That's in the King James Bible, and there's a totally different story that they came up with surrounding that. Man, y'all better wake up. These people are lying to you. They are out and out lying to you. Some knowingly, but most unknowingly, because they trusted what these white people put together in this book and force-fed us. A great man named Zephyrin Mangru once told me when I was defending the King James Bible, he said, Nate, it's not how you read the Bible, it's how they taught you to read that Bible. Let me say that again so you can fully understand the gravity of what he just said. It's not how you read the Bible, it's how they taught you to read the Bible. You'll get it sooner or later. Do your own due diligence. Do your own studies. Do you understand? And study outside the box. Study outside that King James book, the first book of faggots. That's an evil book. And I'm going to go on record and saying it. Yeah, I'm going to say it. And that doesn't mean I'm against Jesus or Yahushua. That doesn't mean that I don't believe in the Holy Spirit and all this other stuff. That means that I am no longer sleepwalking and accepting the lies, garbage, and propaganda those people have put together to feed me. I don't need them to define who I am. I don't need them to tell me my history. I got my own people and ancestors to do that. And I'll learn from them from this point forward. So at this point forward, they can no longer teach me anything because I do not have an ear to hear your bullshit anymore. I'm learning the truth. We are the first people on this planet, the Asiatic black man. And all races have come from us. Christian, Negroes, wake up. You got to do better.